A subscriber reached out to me for some guidance because he had recently started a new job in which he is the only male in a group of 25 young females. I know, right? If that made you feel even the slightest bit uncomfortable, I would feel for you, because modern harassment laws and everything else are rigged against us men. This list is designed for that subscriber, as well as every one of you who needs to work with women, or even worse, under one. Follow these principles to enhance harmony, eliminate needless stress, and survive a disaster. Here we go. 1. You should never, ever take sides in the workplace. Women will complain as they do anywhere else, and they will come up to you and tell you about their issues. Complain about each other, backbite, gossip, listen and empathize, but never ever take one woman's side. Just nod and then move on. Remember, you're there to work, and it's not a sitcom. Gossiping around with girls is not going to make you the man. Don't act like a fool. Okay, second thing, just nod and move on. Remember, you're there to work, and it's not a sitcom. Complaining about each other and backbiting is not going to make you the get used to turning down requests for assistance. Working with females is very different from working with males. It's not that men didn't ask for help, but the majority of men will only ask you to cover for them in an emergency. They'd ask for favors, and they're religious about returning them. In fact, doing a favor for a man is the best way to get to know him. This is not the case with females. They will ask for help out of the blue. In every job I've ever had with females, they will you really go out and ask a woman to cover for you. It's such an unlikely occurrence that even if you did ask her, she'll look at you all weird, like you just asked her to strip or something. Just get used to saying no. Okay. Third, to not under any circumstances get into a sexual relationship with them. Just don't do it, man. Keep it in your pants. The same is true for neighbors and family friends. Don't crap where you eat, and besides, women are terrible at keeping secrets, so if you sleep with one, you can bet that the entire office will find out about it the next day. Don't start getting too effective right away. This is especially true for workplaces that are made up entirely of women. These workplaces have a tendency to become a lot more sisterly, and the dynamics there are different. Women generally don't work very well, and they constantly require group validation. Women don't need a good cause to dislike you. All it takes is a passing remark, like you often sit with those women at lunch. I didn't like them, so I don't like you, and there's no promotion for you. Sit alone the majority of the time, eat your lunch outside a couple of times a week, and keep rotating the women you sit with during lunch. It is better to be the enigmatic Luna Hair 6. Never confide in these women. They will likely question you and pry into your life under the seemingly innocent guise of friendly banter. Don't fall for this. The more they learn about you, the more leverage they have to potentially use against you. Keep your conversations light and professional. 7. Leave that office. That's why I kept this as the last one. It's not very realistic nor adorable thing for most, but if possible, leave that office, or at least make a game plan to work there for a while, and then move on to someplace better. Every personal thing about you is out there, just don't do it. Okay? Do I have to say it twice? 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 The reality is that working here is only a detriment for you, and the reason for this is that meritocracy of promotions is a sham in the first place, because there is no such thing. The guys who get promoted and hit huge bonuses are always the ones who are charismatic and know how to joke around with the boss, and they're either playing golf with him or sharing drinks with them. If you want to get ahead in corporate, having a few laughs and a few drinks with your boss is going to bring you further than 5 years of back-breaking work. Breaking hard work. You're going to drink beer with your female coworkers, because what else are you going to do in a predominantly female environment? Discuss the most recent romantic comedy that came out. What will you even joke about with your female superior? You probably only have a few jokes that don't include ladies. You will always be the stranger, the foreign guy. You won't be in half the jokes. You won't understand the gossip. And you'll be bored for most of the day. Granted, it's not a club, but an office, but workplace. It's like a female locker room. You will always be the stranger, the foreign guy. It's like fighting a lost battle. You'll always be disconnected from your office environment. If you're in an all-female workplace, it's you are missing out on a very strong tool for creating long-term relationships called banter. And those offices are typical, but you guys still need to be careful. Lastly, some advice for individuals who work in mixed environments. Even though those offices are usual, you still need to be careful. Never make light of a woman's situation with a joke. Do not associate yourself with the creep who is trying to hit on his coworkers. There is always the chance that you will find a hint of misogyny and patriarchy in it, and you will lose an ounce of reputation overnight if you do. Just don't do it. I don't care how clean they are. There is always the chance that you will find a hint of misogyny and patriarchy in it. There is always one in the office, and you should steer clear of him at all costs. Do not, under any circumstances, discuss politics or human rights in the workplace, not even during lunch. If you are questioned about it, simply agree with the general consensus and get back to doing your job. Don't be completely silent. Say something if she's really bothering you. However, steer clear of endless debates. Instead, simply nod and get back to doing what you had planned to do in the first place. Now that we have completed the tips, you are free to get on with your day. Allow me to wrap up this video with a quick anecdote. Something that happened to me in the past was that I made acquaintance with a veteran aerobics instructor in her 50s. She was a cool girl, very direct, with an old-school Midwestern attitude. She was a great trainer because she was encouraging, but called you on when she invited me to attend her aerobics class for free, so I went, and it was fun, decent cardio. The interesting thing was that I was the only male in the room, so I stepped up and gave it 100. Chit-chatting afterward, she mentioned something that stuck. I hope to see you all tomorrow.